Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Look at young men right now. Really look. No direction, no purpose, no code. Glued to a screen. Numb, soft, waiting for somebody to tell them who to be. And the people doing the telling want them weak. A whole generation of guys who were never taught how to be men, not how to fight, how to be good, how to be strong and dangerous, and still be the man his family can count on. There's a book that puts it back together. One book, and I think it can save this generation. Warrior Poet Way by John Lovell. Let me tell you why every young man needs to read it. First, who's writing this? Because that matters, right? It has to. If it doesn't, then what's the point? You have to take it from someone who knows what they're talking about. John Lovell isn't some professor. He's not, right? With a theory about manhood, he's not some fraud. He's a former Army Ranger, 2nd Ranger Battalion. He's been to places where being weak gets you killed. After that, he became a firearms trainer and built the Warrior Poet Society. Millions of guys follow him, me included. He led me to creating what I'm creating now. So when he talks about being dangerous, he's not guessing. He's lived it. That's why this lands different than every soft, safe book about finding yourself. He smells like gunpowder and means every word. I trust a man who's actually done it, and he's done it. There's a million books out there that go over how to be a man, how to provide, how to be a godly, honorable husband. But they all fall short because they don't have real life experience. And here's the whole thing in one idea. Ready? You ready? You're supposed to be two men at once, a warrior and a poet. The warrior, capable, disciplined, dangerous, the guy who stands between his people and whatever's coming through the door. The poet, a man with a code, principles, heart, a reason behind the violence he's capable of. Lovell's whole point is you don't pick one, you're both. Dangerous and good. Lions and lambs. They go hand in hand. And that's where most men fail. They pick a side. Half of them are soft and harmless, no teeth, can't protect anybody. The other half are hard and useless, all anger, no code, dangerous to everybody, including themselves. Neither one is a man. A man is a weapon with a conscience, strong enough to do harm, disciplined enough not to, unless he has to. That right there is why I carry. Not because I want to fight. I don't want to fight. Because I refuse to be helpless while the people I love are counting on me. That's not paranoia, that's love. That is what matters. The worst enemy is yourself. The book's built in 3 parts: the warrior, the poet, and the way. Part 1 is the very first chapter, is called The Worst Enemy is Yourself. And that punched me in the chest. Because every young man wants to blame something out there. The economy, the culture, the people who want him weak. And yeah, that war is real. Absolutely. But Lovell says the first war you've got to win is the one inside you. Your fear, your laziness, your lack of discipline. The version of you that hits snooze, skips the gym, never trains, never reads, and then wonders why he feels like nothing. You can't protect anybody if you can't even govern yourself. Discipline first. Win that war, and then you're ready for the rest. The poet. The part nobody expects. Now here's the part that'll surprise the, gun bro crowd. Part 2 is the poet. And this is the half everybody's missing. It's not the toughness that's gone from young men. Plenty of guys are angry and aggressive. What's gone is the code. The purpose, the thing that points all that strength at something worth protecting. Lovell talks about faith, about being a man worth following, about loving your people fiercely and leading them well. Strength without virtue is just a threat walking around looking for a place to happen. The poet is what makes the warrior safe to be around. That's the whole game. It's exactly what no one's teaching young men anymore. You have to have that middle ground where you let them both control you. The poet is who I'm with when I'm next to my wife at dinner. The warrior who is right behind me, keeping an eye out to make sure we're safe, the environment is safe, and most importantly, that she's going to get to go home. Living free and dying well is an amazing quote. I love it. It's said in like so many warrior poet videos, and I've watched a lot of them. I'm a big fan. John Lovell, if you happen to see this video ever, I'd love a signed copy. That would be something that would be a collector's piece for me, because this book is just something else entirely. But the subtitle of the book is A Guide to Living Free and Dying Well. It's a simple thing to say, but there's a lot more to it. And Lovell does something most people are too scared to do. He makes you stare at your own death. Not to be morbid, the opposite, because a man who's made peace with dying is a man who's finally free to live. He stops flinching, stops playing small, stops wasting his shot. You're going to die. So the only question is whether you live ready, lived free, and stood for something, or whether you went out soft, having never been who you were supposed to be. So why do I say this book can save a generation? I've painted out all these positives and how we're failing and how we're not living up to the code we're supposed to live under. This book can save a generation because there's a war on masculinity, and young men are losing it. They're told they're the problem, that their strength is toxic, that the safest man is a harmless one. That's a lie, and it's making a generation of weak, lost, and purposeless men. The easiest people in the world to control is weak men. And that's what everyone wants. They want you to be controllable so you can be a pawn in a game that you don't even get to experience. This book says the opposite. It says you're needed. The answer isn't to be a less of a man, it's to be a whole one. So these weak men are really just one half of the whole. You have to get back to that perfect middle ground where you walk together through life. The book says the opposite. You're needed. That the answer isn't to be less of a man, it's to be a whole one, dangerous and good, strong and disciplined, a protector with a code. That's not toxic, that's the cure. So here's what I want you to do. Buy The Warrior Poet Way, read it slow, sit with each chapter, and then don't just close it. You have to feel inspired for an afternoon. Do something, go train, hit the gym, get to the range. Pick up the discipline you've been dodging. Become the man your people can count on before the day comes that they need him, because that day doesn't send a warning. It comes with no warning. We're shocked. We're in dismay when a horrible tragedy hits. But you could have been ready. But we were too busy being lazy and afraid of who we're supposed to be. Be dangerous, be good, and don't go peacefully. Off safe, set to fire. Be prepared. That's all I'm saying.